pride be the reason that you lose. Don't let pride be the reason that you lose.
What's up, y'all? This is Nytelife of the Plain Black Rapper Podcast. I never do lives. A live pod, I figured I'd just give it a shot, see how it goes. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Had a great week. My week's been pretty good. Getting ready for some milestone birthdays. My daughter's Sweet 16 is coming up, so I'm getting ready to do that. But welcome to the pod, man. Thank y'all for anybody that joined me for the past pods that we had, and anyone that has streamed it or listened to it or checked in or whatever, man. I appreciate all comments, all shares, and hopefully we've done some good. Tonight was pretty much just one of these ones that's off the head. I don't have no topics or nothing, but at the same time, I'm just trying to figure out what this pod is going to be. When the Plain Black Rapper Podcast first started, it was started as a commentary pod, and I was doing a lot of things that was geared towards like hip hop, and that was geared towards hip hop commentary. But as I started going along, I started going, okay, well, this is a place to be able to kind of share what's going on with me, share with other people, share experiences, and use it for something other than what everybody else was doing. Everybody has kind of tapped out the hip hop content space and has done I was doing the interviews at, for 4-Bar Loop. And it just got to the point where it's just, it's only so many times you can ask, what's your inspiration, and, where did you grow up at, and who are the people that you followed and you looked up to? It's like, everybody does that. Everybody does that. It's like, what can I do that's going to be different from what everybody else does? And then I started just tapping into, self-help stuff, motivational stuff, really just having real conversations about what's going on. It's been a revelation for me because I got to talk about things that go on and that are relative in my life, and other people can actually relate. And it's been easy for them to relate. And the feedback that I'm getting is that people are relating. So I'll continue to do that. And, if I have interviews in this podcast, the one that I did with, I did one with Sandman, and that one was more hip hop based. I did one with I-80, my boy Nate, and he talking about his mental health situation. And I want to do more things towards that. The artists that I have on, not necessarily talk about music and all that other stuff, but I want to talk about what goes into that, what goes into them, trying to channel the energy from that space. What are things that they have to tap into, that they're going through on their daily life? How's it impacting their families? Just what is it day to day that has to go through, that intertwines into the music and the creation of the music? Because a lot of the stuff that I do, a lot of music that I do, is based on just personal experience. I rhyme just like anybody else, but it's all about personal experience and what you're going through at the time and what's relatable, because it's easier for me to write that. If I'm going through real life shit, it's easy for me to write that. So I'll do that. And that's the people that I'm aiming to talk to now. I've had the good graces and fortunes to be able to meet some really great people over the course of doing the Gauntlet, over the course of doing 4-Bar Loop, over the course of doing Gauntlet Access, over the course of doing the Plain Black Rapper Podcast. And, this is the time to be able to try to stem the tide and change and do something different, and try to gear the content towards that, and to just be able to create more content and do more stuff. Because, I try to post like once a week, and for anybody that's trying to post any content, once a week is not enough. I know the clips are out there, and the TikToks are out there, and the reels are out there, and all that stuff, but the actual content itself, I think, needs an uptick. especially with me not doing like, what the podcast or and stuff like that. Uh, but I'm looking towards trying to get that restarted back too. So shout out to my brothers at the Gauntlet. We'll be having the um, we'll be having the Halloween Gauntlet coming up next Thursday. So please make sure you tune in at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be on YouTube, only on YouTube, and it'll be a fun event. The the Ghouls and Grooves is usually a cool event for us. Um, the interaction that we have with the producers and with the fans of the show is really really cool, and the live comments and all of that stuff, and people tapping in to hear the beats and stuff is dope. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But as I said, this platform um, will change and will be directed in a more focused direction, and you know tapping in more to the stuff that I'm doing, more to self-help, more to experience. I actually had my first like guest speaking gig this week, which was nice. I was able to talk to a former place that I used to work at and talk to employees there and kind of get them, you know, geared and inspired and stuff like that. And that was a really cool experience for me to do that. And I want to do more stuff like that. And I want to use this platform to do more stuff like that. So, KBZ, what up? Yeah, 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 yeah. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Um, so there'll be more stuff to come out. It's extremely tough to continue to come up with things and be inspired by things because you kind of deal with real life situations. We dealing with jobs, we dealing with children, we dealing with families, you know, we dealing with our mental health, we're dealing with all kinds of stuff. And when you're dealing with all of those things, it's hard to be able to channel on what it is that you want to do and what you want to focus on because you're focusing on so many other things. So, I want to make sure that I bring that back to have some type of direction and some type of avenue um, to relate to other people that are going through the same things. Just in your own lives, in your own walks, in your own places that you inhabit, just be the light in the room for everybody. Be the inspiration. Be the person that people want to come to because they know that you being positive about things and that you are want to be inspirational to them. Nobody ever wants to just keep walking into a room where there's a wet blanket over there and they trying to tell you about all the things that's going wrong and how they hate it here and all this shit sucks and all of that. And you can't inhabit those rooms for long because they'll bring you down and they will just suck the life and energy out of you if you're around people that are in a negative space, people that are victims all the time, people that are they did this to me and all they do they have to this is their it's their fault. There's always a they. There's always a they for them. It's never me, it's never I, it's never accountability. It's never like, okay, you know, maybe the reason why people are acting that way is because I acted this way, so maybe that's my fault. People aren't accountable enough anymore. People aren't accountable for anything. We're just in that blame it, make it somebody else's problem, and find somebody else to be mad at instead of being mad at yourself. And I fall into that trap too. I get in negative spaces and I'm upset with myself, so I take it out on other people, and that's not really fair. That's not really fair to do. But I catch myself when I do it, and I'm glad that I'm able to just realize that and refocus myself so where it's not, to the detriment of anybody that I'm dealing with. And so, those are things to really be able to just keep in mind, um, to just be the person that steers it in a good direction. That is a Like they talk about growth mindset. Well, I'm not where I need to be at, but I will be there. I'm working on it. And as long as you're comfortable with knowing that you are heading in that direction, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. You know you're going in the right direction. You know you're doing the things you need to do. It's not working out at the particular time, but you have to keep on going and see what happens. You got to see it to the end to know that it's either a pass or fail. It takes it takes time. Things are not instant. Your world is not instant. You know, it's a day by day process to build and to just find your groove, find your niche and get there. It takes a while and you have to be patient with that. And I think a lot of people just aren't really that patient and they don't want to allow that things to mature. They just want things to happen instantly. We're just in such a short attention span time where it's get to it, get to the success, get to the money, get to the fame, get to this, and skip all the hard work. I I need it yesterday, but I don't want to work for it for you. I don't want to work for it to get to that point. And it's up to all of that is up to you. Your attitude is up to you. Your drive is up to you. Your determination is up to you. Your focus is up to you. What you what you put out in this universe is up to you, and it's going to be what you get back. You put that energy, you'll attract people around that have the same energy, and y'all will go far because everybody's pointing in the same direction. But if you're negative, you're going to attract a bunch of negative people, and y'all just going to be talking about how to everybody holding you down, and y'all not going to go nowhere. You're just going to be in the same spot. Nah, that's true. That's true. Patience is hard. Patience is hard, and people hear what they want to hear, and they want what they want when they want it. That is true. That is true. And the thing that kind of spurs that attitude and spurs that direction is the fact that people think that they're owed things, not that they want to work for them, not that they want to earn them, not that they want to work and see them appreciate with time. They want things because they feel like they're entitled. They look at other people and go, "Well, they got it, and they don't work as hard as I do. How come I don't? How come I don't get it? Or they don't deserve that." Instead of looking at themselves and like, "What can I do to kind of dig my feet in and make this happen?" It takes time. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort. And looking at somebody else and counting somebody else's pockets, or you know, trying to figure out why somebody else's fortune is the way it is instead of just focusing on your own, will put you in that position of being negative and being left behind. You're talking like a trailer. You're talking like a failure. You're talking like somebody that can't hold on, that can't get navigate difficult situations. You talk like that. That why me, or why isn't it me, or what's going on and what are they doing that I'm not doing? If you want to go find information and you want to go learn the things that they're doing, then go learn. Go study. Go figure, go be a part of what's going on. Hey, I see you doing this over here, you mind being able to, hit me with some game on it. What's going on? How does this work? Instead of talking about how they don't deserve it. We just do a lot of hating and a lot of just wanting negative and pulling people down and trying to pull people back to where we are, or to piss them off enough so where they come back and address us, and then we think that we're in the same space just by them doing that, which isn't right. That doesn't work. That's a real bad mind. That's a real bad space to be in. So just continue to work your plan your work, and get to it when you can get to it. I mean, there's nothing else that really needs to be done besides that. Just focus on what it is that you need to do, and take the time to be able to study and game plan and just work whatever your plan is to the best of your ability and get the most out of yourself to get to that point. Yep. Iron sharpens iron. What it is, what are they doing that I can learn from and that I can make myself better at? I am almost 50 years old, and I study and I talk to people and I talk to younger people and I get information. I'm always looking for information. I'm always looking for the why and the how and um, what can I do to make myself better or to be able to obtain the same success. What can I do as opposed to why them? And I think when you figure those things out and when you have that time, you'll appreciate it more when you get it. You'll appreciate it more when you get to that point and you achieve the goal because you worked for that. You worked your plan. All the things that I got to do as far as like for this podcasting and as far as music and all of that stuff is like all of those things are self-generated, done by myself. I make this, edit this, all of that. I've said that numerous times. Make my music, edit my music, mix and master my music. When I don't outsource those things, I do all of those things myself because for one, I can't wait on anybody to be able to do those things. And two, I want to be self-sufficient. And when the rewards come, I can reap the rewards because I busted my ass and I did it myself. And that's not to say I won't take help. That's not saying I won't, get the assistance of other people or build a team and have a team of people work on stuff. But I'm going to do what it is that I need to do to get what I need to get. And I'm not going to let the fact of me not having something stop me because I'm going to learn that skill or I'm going to learn to be serviceable enough to be able to make that work. And they don't. Instead of just sitting around and be like, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. Find it. I know shit about editing. I didn't know nothing about masters. I went to school. I didn't know nothing about create music. I didn't know nothing about that. I had to learn all of that stuff. You have to learn and you have to be patient when being able to learn. It's like stuff just don't happen. It takes time, effort, and energy to be able to do that, and consistency at that. Consistent hard work at that. It takes that. It's learning is learning is hard. The work is hard, but the reward is endless. You can say that. No one could ever take that away from me. When you have something that you've completed, that you've done, nobody can take my degrees away from me. Nobody can take away the fact of me having music out, having podcasts, being on the gauntlet, being a judge on the gauntlet. Nobody can take that stuff away from me. I'm there and I've done it. Until if I get put out tomorrow and I'm no longer there, I still did it. And I worked hard to be able to get to that point to do it. And I'm respected for that. So your hard work will be respected, cherished, and honored if you work hard. But if you just a lazy ass and you don't want to do nothing, and you want everybody to give you stuff, then you're going to be where you are. You get what you get. That's just part of the game. Folks have to be locked in. You have to be locked in. And it's like I do this. It's like, a couple people watching, good. I don't care. Cut low views. Okay. So what? I still was brave enough to jump out here and do this shit. I don't care. I do this because I love to do it. Not because I want somebody to, not because I want to sign somebody's autograph for them. I don't want to do that. I just want to do this I want this to be fulfilling. I want this to be something that is relatable and can help somebody, because in the times that I'm in need, I need information and I need stuff like this to be able to help me. This is therapeutic. It's therapeutic. This helps me create a constant, gives me something to look forward to, gives other people the small, following that I got. Look forward to it. When's the next one coming out? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? That's why it's great for me. So if I make it bigger and better, great. If it doesn't get bigger and better, then so what? I still did it. I still made it. This is mine. Nobody else owns this shit. I own it. And that's not to be like that's not to, like to be self you know, not trying to put myself on some type of pedestal, but I want to be proud of the things that I do, and I want to be proud of the work I do, and I want people to be proud of the work that they do, and the people around me to be proud of the work they do. I don't want people around that are down and negative and seeing the worst in situations and seeing the worst in whatever it is they're doing. So it's a waste of time and energy for me for that. Doesn't help me, doesn't help me build. I'm not going to finish building my empire if I don't have the positive people behind me to help me build my empire. It's how many of my artist friends out there send their links to people to listen to their music and they don't listen. It's probably a lot. But then once somebody big reposts your stuff, then oh, I gotta check that out now. I gotta be at that now. I gotta hear it. But I gave it to you direct for you to check it. I wanted you to hear it. You had it. You had it before anybody bought it. No feedback, no love, no appreciation, no nothing. But you only somebody until somebody else from somewhere else says you're somebody, and then you're somebody. And that is the unfortunate truth, and the reason why we have so many movements that don't take off. Everybody's waiting for somebody else to validate the person that they want to follow and that they would love to follow, but they're not validated because the right person didn't say that they were dope. It's unfortunate. But that's what happens. Just a matter of you finding where to go and who to go to. All right. I think I've talked y'all ear off enough and went in this live just to be able to dive in. There'll be an official episode to come out probably on Sunday. Thank y'all for joining me, and whoever checks the replay on this is dope. If you don't, it's all right. The real episode will be out on Sunday. So thank y'all. Difficult roads often lead to the most beautiful destinations. Shoot your shot, go for the win. You might make it. Peace.